Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I'm going to entitle this video, Give Me What I Want. If I'm paying for it, this is what I want. From time to time, because after years of playing, and most of you guys will agree because I did a survey on this particular topic about a year ago, and about 99, actually to be accurate, 99%, with the exception, only two people, why I say 98% of you guys said, because the question I put out there was, how do you like the action on your guitar? I like mine as low as it can go. And 98% of you guys said, that's what I want also. 1% said, and this makes sense, he said, well, I play laptop steel guitar, so I like my action high. That makes sense. Then there was just one guy that was just separate from everybody else. He wanted his stuff high, because you're always going to find a small percentage of people that are going to be day instead of yay, and it makes sense. It's understandable, because 100% of the people in most cases are not going to agree anyway. So, again, I like my stuff low, especially, my guitars and my basses. Now, I can understand when the guitar or the bass, especially bass, if the bass is used, most likely the action is not going to be like factory, right out of the assembly line, because over a period of time with that long neck and the heat and humidity, depending on where you live at and where you store your guitar, that neck is going to bow and them strings are going to raise. They're going to rise, that's a given. They're going to rise, so you try to maintain them by taking them to a tech guy that knows what he's doing, straighten out the neck, loosen the tension or tighten it, put a shim in if have to, because I didn't know nothing about shims until about 2 years ago when I asked the guy, when I sent his guitar off and he came back feeling good. I said, what did you actually do? Because I'm just curious. He said, we put a shim in. I'm like, I just play them. I don't build them. I'm like, what is a shim? And it's a little piece of metal that they stick behind the neck. Once they raise up the neck, or lift up the neck, they put that piece of metal in there to kind of, get that action good, So I'm always on the lookout for good guitars for myself, or even perhaps for you guys at a good price. So I ran across one that was it was a unique original. The guy built it because he built the guitars himself. So I'm like, I like this, and I said, first I wasn't in love with the paint job because it wasn't a gloss job, like it was just sprayed on. But I'm like, in spite of that, and the wood that they use, it looks okay, So I inquired. I said, I'm really interested in this guitar. My question is, since it's especially brand new, how's the action? I like my stuff low. I do not like high jacked up guitars, action. So he couldn't give me an answer to that. So he sent me a picture. I said, yeah, that got to come down, man. Because I'm like, you got to sell if you can lower it down to the point where it's almost buzzing. You know what he told me? And this is verbatim. Unfortunately, it sounds better at this level. For who? You or the guy that you're trying to sell it to? It's like, come on, man. Either you can't do it, and I don't understand if you won't do it, if you can do it to get a sale. Because I'm like, so I'm supposed to take and pay for something to your specification when you're the seller? Come on, man. That's not good customer service, because I bought a bass, and I'll show it to you. I got this off Rebirth, brand spanking new. And actually, I had sold this guitar, but when I went to the post office and, I do a guesstimate on how much it cost, they wanted almost 3 times the amount that I quoted. I said, you know what, I'm just going to bring it home and refund the guy's money, because I don't want him spending that kind of money on shipping and handling. And I'm not picking up the extra cost. It's just too much. When it's $10 or $20, I'll eat that. But when it's $50, $60, $70, that ain't going to happen. So when I bought this guitar, I specifically asked him, I'm like, is it low? And if it's not, can you lower it? I want it as low as you can go before it starts buzzing. The guy said, not a problem. It came 5 days later, and this thing plays great. The action on this thing is just incredible. And then what makes it even better is I took off them heavy gauge strings and put on the lightest bass strings that I could find, because this guitar would be mainly for a lot of that kind of stuff, So I'm like, I want lighter strings. I need that action to be low so I can slap and pop, And then the guy was like, no problem, we can do that, And he gave me what I asked for. But when you got people, this is what you want, but it's like, well, we can't give you that, and you have to settle for our specifications. Have a good day. If I had time and money, I would start to build my own guitars because, like I said, I've surveyed players all over the place for countless amount of years because I'm like, is it only me that want low action? Is there a bunch of people that like high action? And it's not. So I'm like, so why do people or companies sometimes sell guitars with the strings all high? It's like, come on, man. Do you play these things? Apparently not, because if you did, you would say, yeah, I want my action low, because Jay Tercer, they get it. With the exception of the maple necks, all they rosewood necks, the action is real comfortable to play. I mean, just feel good to play. They get it. Instead of them shipping out guitars with the action real high, because ain't nothing worse than that feeling when you pressing down on the bar chord and you got to press all the way down because the strings all the way up and press them down. That's taxing on your hands. And like I told you guys, I play anywhere from 8 to 10 hours a day sometimes. So I need something that's going to be comfortable, and I'm focusing on the project at hand. It's full of my hands are killing me. I can't wait to get through this song, But I just thought I would post this video because I'm like, for all you people that sell stuff, give your customers what they want if you can. It's different if you just can't do it, but it's like nobody wants a guitar to show up at their place with the action all high, unless you that 1% dude just like yours way up there. But like I said, if I had time and energy and money, I would start to build my own guitars because I'm like, I know what I like. And the majority of stuff that I like, all the other people that I've surveyed and know like too. So it's like, why not give the masses this instead of trying to pawn this off on you? Because there's another guitar maker, and I'm not going to name the name. But like I told you guys, I've played over 1,000 guitars, probably more. So I kind of got an idea of what kind of feels good to play. Because first and foremost, because we've been given the market pitch and most of us bad, you got to look good. You got to have American-made name on the stock. You got to be a brand name, That's usually what the marketing people want you to believe. That's the first criteria or, what you want, when it should be, I don't care whose name up there. I don't care what color it is or what it looks like. All I care about, it feels good to play, whether it's a $200 guitar, $2,000, you got to play. You got to feel good to play, and that's been my first priority for a long time when I realized that, I got caught up in that marketing when I was young. I'm going out to buy a guitar that everybody else wants. And the only thing going to happen to it is going to get stolen when I take it to the club, because the majority of these high-end guitars, when they get stolen, and most of them will get stolen, they don't break in your house and steal them. They steal them when you out there playing. You go on a break and get a drink, or hey, you seen a woman at the end of the bar you want to get to know, and you go down there, your guitar in the back, you come back, your guitar gone. Because Bootsy Collins had 2 guitars stolen. One of them was stolen in Chicago. B.B. King had 2 Lucille stolen. Because I remember when he's on Don Cornelius Soul Train, he said, this is Lucille number 3. And Don Cornelius said, what happened to 1 and 2? They got stolen, So it's like that whole marketing thing of overpaying for guitars, it's ridiculous. It's insane. But, like I said, if I had the time and the energy and the capital, I would just start to build guitars for you guys. Because I'm like, nobody wants their stuff all jacked up and hurting their hands. They just don't. But there's some guitar makers that don't get that. Because like I said, the company, I'm not going to name their name, because I actually talked to the president. I was like, dude, what's up with this? The bridge is way up here. It looks like, the string's about to take off on the runway, because it starts low, then it starts to build way up there. And that was not because it was an old guitar and used. It was built like that. I'm looking at the bridge. I'm like, this is too fucking high, man. This is too high. Do you play your own guitars? Come on, at least go get a guy that's a professional musician. Say, what do you think? Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. And based on that, I would center my, creation around what you think, since you are a player and you play on a professional level. Because I'm not. I'm just a guy that got a lot of money, and I'm trying to take some of that money and make more money with other capitals and other projects or, companies. So tell me what works, and definitely tell me what doesn't. But apparently there's some companies that they don't do that. They just think that they can throw anything out there and people want to buy it. Because again, I want to mention the name, but I'm not. And I'm like, this is one of the worst built guitars I've ever seen. And it's not like it's a low-end guitar, and there's no excuse for that now. But I'm like, this is kind of a mid-range price guitar, and it looks like something that you buy off at a Walmart. And I'm not knocking anything out of Walmart because, again, if you want a professionally feeling guitar, not necessarily professionally priced guitar, you want it to be playable, And when you again go to Walmart, it's like, well, we're not trying to cater to the rock stars. It's just beginners that want to, try to figure it out. And if they do, buy this, when they get better, of course, they're going to upgrade, because you don't want to give a beginner $1,000 guitar, because the majority of the people that when they first embark on trying to learn an instrument, within 2 months, they didn't put it away and it ain't coming back. That's just the reality. So it makes sense not to go out and break the bank yet, because the very first guitar I had, and I had that guitar up until 10 years. When I moved out of state, then it kind of fell apart. My mother bought it for me. It was an acoustic guitar. The action was way high. I kept it in the garage as a memento, especially when she passed away. I look at it and it reminds me of her. I miss her every day. But it was a low-end guitar, and once I told her, I was like, I ain't happy with this, because after like a week of playing, it's like, I don't like this. This ain't feeling good. Well, you're not getting another one until you learn how to play this one. So I learned, and then I got a better guitar, So I'm going to end this, but again, it's like sellers out there, especially if you build guitars, give your customers what they want, because no two people want the same thing. You can adjust and modify to specifications. We're not saying take the neck off, put another neck on there, change about the pickups. I'm just saying lower the action, because I told him, I said, I'll buy the guitar, I'll send you the money now, but you got to guarantee me that when it shows up, them strings are low. They're not way up there. He told me again, quote unquote, unfortunately, it sounds better at this level. Okay, dude, have a good day. You just lost the sale. Till next time, take care and thanks for watching.